Hey girls, how you doing? Let's do another pickacard, and today it's going to be no communication, so that could be quite triggering. Stay cool, it's just tarot, as I always say. Okay, so let's do two piles and we develop the usual thing. Yes, we know Axelle, blah blah blah, always. 1, 2, 1, 2. So pile number 1, no communication. 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, Knight of Wands. Okay, so there is a good reason for you guys not to communicate at the moment. As we know, the 10 of Pentacles, quite often you meet, you recognize each other, and then there's a period of no communication, during which you are supposed to be separated because you need to do your homework. And you cannot do your homework together, because if you were together, you wouldn't do any homework, you bet. So you had to be separated by the universe in order to go for that maybe realization that you needed to grow, to transform, learn different things, maybe focus on your career, whatever, you know. And then when you've done your homework, and that's when you can come back together stronger than ever as a power couple or as a brilliant partnership. As you can see, 10 of Pentacles is a success, and it will be very practical, where we're going to live, what kind of house we're going to go for, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's very, very productive at the end of the day. Okay, so maybe there is an idea of third party. Maybe there was a doubt of a choice of lifestyle. Maybe one of you was very social butterfly, always out there somewhere, and maybe that wasn't really what you wanted. But there is a need to reconnect and communicate. The need to be full of fire and determination and passion as well. So there's a movement forward, and the Knight is a messenger. So let's have more information on the subject. Yes, it could have been a bit tumultuous between you two, so you maybe both needed a pause to just reflect and just to recuperate, because, you know, argument and tension is taking a lot of your energy, it's very draining emotionally, right? So maybe someone was not very much behaving, they were not congruent with themselves, and you were like, you know, I can't do this. Yeah, maybe those cards come out quite a lot at the moment as an idea of missing an opportunity the first time around, and have to actually reinvent themselves, redefine themselves, find themselves all together, and then we can talk. Okay, so there's an idea like at the moment you're not connecting because, or no communicating I should say, because you need to pause and reflect and to rethink what could I improve in order to make this relationship smoother. But first, thinking of how you improve yourself first. It has to start with self-love, self-respect, self-development before you can be with someone else, let's face it. Okay, so let's have a major arcana for pile number 1, no communication. Okay, so what do you have? Temperance, yeah. Because temperance is an idea, first of all, you're meant to be together, but also because you have to learn to temper all of those emotions. You have to balance those emotions, and maybe you need to go to the core of why you're reacting on certain things, why you triggered on certain things. And the only way you can find out is to be a bit by yourself and looking at the mirror. So you have that time where you reflect, you understand better, you heal maybe as well, and then you can reconnect in a more balanced way. Okay, and you're meant to be together at the end of the day. So you see what I'm saying? Okay, so pile number 2, no communication, death, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Okay, so a lot of those cards come out at the moment as well. No communication because the timing was wrong, but it's about to become very right. Very right. There's an idea of rebirth, is a need to start all over again, but making more sense. So yeah, I think sometimes when you want a relationship but the timing is against you, there's not much you can do. Okay, so maybe you needed to completely let it go in order to give yourself some space, and then maybe experience other people and now come back together. Page of Swords, you definitely looking at each other, maybe on social media, which is a bit dangerous. Be careful with those things. People are obsessed with social media. But also maybe you appreciate that we were very cutting, very defensive in the way we were communicating. So of course you cannot go very far with that kind of behavior, because inevitably that is not this is not the way to have a proper exchange. So let's have a look. Yeah, someone was running away from their emotion as well. Okay, so running away from their feelings, their emotion, their truth, whatever, you name it, or someone was actually lying, simple, you know what I mean, or very focused on the mind when actually your connection is all about, you know, love. Okay, so 1111 inevitably is extremely powerful. So it's true that during the process of twin flame, even though I don't particularly like this label, but it's a very strong roller coaster kind of relationship. So when you go through super high and super low, you need sometimes a period of no communication. You just need to digest. Oh my God, what just happened? That was just like, what happened here? You just need to recuperate a little bit. So you have those moments of pause, and that's all right. Okay, so that can explain why you're not in communication at the moment. Yeah, you need to balance. You need to balance those emotions. They're a little bit all over the place at the moment. You just need to maybe reconnect with yourself. Where do I stand here? Because I don't know, this is a tsunami, a tornado, every 2 minutes is an explosion. I want something calmer. So maybe going back home, you know, within your soul is exactly what you need at the moment. So no communication is probably, you know, a good thing at the moment. Okay, so but you do the healing as well, okay, and also not being together, not communicating, make you appreciate more if you want to be together or not, and where you stand as a person. Okay, so let's have a major arcana for pile number 2, the hermit. Yeah, you see that that period of no communication is because you are in need to be in your cave. You need to heal, you need to recuperate, you need to rest, you need to think. It's just a moment that is inevitable for you in your growth, but also for the growth of the relationship altogether. Okay, so on this note, have a beautiful day, and I see you tomorrow. Ciao.